Thanks everybody for registering for the butterfly and hummingbird spring glasscapes class. As you know, I always have way more than I should have and many choices. But I wanted to let you know, hummingbirds are pretty much sold out. So I wanted to check with you guys because there's a few of you that wanted other items. So this is video 1 of the birds, and I wanted you to be able to see them up close. So these are your hummingbirds, okay? This is the green hummingbird, and he's just a beautiful ceramic piece. And I'll show you, I just built a little design with him. So that's the green hummingbird. This is the blue hummingbird. He has a little touch of purple on his head. He's got his undercolor wings. I mean, every one of them is just stunning. And this one, just so you can see, they kind of, that doesn't really help you. Sorry. But anyway, here's the pink one. So that's your pink hummingbird. And I have a handful of each of these. So I just want to check in with you guys that registered first, because you get your first choice of these items. Colors are while they last, and I'll reach out to you about that. So there's the hummingbirds. I only have 1 or 2 of each of these butterflies. Okay, so these are a large resin butterfly. These are gorgeous. Well, every one of these pieces is gorgeous, but those are the butterflies. Okay. And of course I have a ton of dried flowers, but I really want you to see all of these butterflies. These are slightly different, these 3, slightly different. They're just a hair smaller than those, but on the glasscapes, it doesn't really matter. But these just are made by a different company. So these are a lighter weight versus the heavy. So these are lighter weight butterflies. So this one is kind of a lavender, greenish lavender color. This one is obviously the bright yellow and the blacks. This one is a beautiful cream with the red-orange dots and the black on the upper wings. So those are the butterflies. And I only have 1 or 2 of each of those. Then some of you were interested in tropical. So I have these gorgeous macaws. These are also ceramic, the gorgeous macaws. And I've got the red, and here's the blue. Okay, the blue macaw. I might know someone who needs a blue macaw, just saying. And then the cardinal, and the other thing I wanted to just see is the size of these. So this is 1 cardinal, and I have a handful of these, small handful, and they are a handful. The cardinals, I have a few of those out. And then I have the little crystal cardinal here. So a little crystal cardinal, and I have 1 more cardinal over here. This is a small sitting cardinal. He's like one where this guy is a little higher up in a tree. This is a sitting cardinal, but he might be on the ground snacking on seeds or something like that. So those are the cardinals. I have a couple of the bluebirds. They are also they're a resin, but more of a ceramic type resin than the shiny resin, or more of a bisque type resin. I'm not sure what to call that. But anyway, a sweet little bluebird. I've got a couple of those. I only have the 1 sparkling dove. Okay, 1 sparkling dove. And I don't know if I have 1 or 2 of the beautiful snowy owl, just in case some of you are still into winter. But again, I wanted you to see the size of those. Then the other butterflies, I forgot to mention these when I was talking about the butterfly. You can see they sit in the palm of my hand. So these are the butterfly in a heart. So if you've got a special butterfly story that has to do with a butterfly in a special place in your heart, you might be interested in that one. Okay, and that one's the yellow. This one is kind of a greenish. It's not quite teal. It's kind of sea foamy. I guess I should move that into the middle. kind of seafoamy, and I try to move them in the light so you can see them from different directions, okay? And then this one is lots of different colors. There's some little pinky reds on the edges. There's the blacks and the oranges in that as well. So I wanted to see you to see these, and I am gonna reach out to you to see, oh, and the roosters. I didn't talk about the roosters. So I have 5 roosters. You can see their size there, okay? And they're all slight variations in the color of each of those. I'll bring them up close so you can see them. So the roosters, and somewhere here I have a cow, so you never know. If you're a farm girl, you might want a rooster and a cow. So those are some of the birds that we have. And as I said, oh, and let me show you size-wise. Hang on a second, this will take me a minute so I don't mess everything up. Okay, give me a minute, coming around. Okay, and I'm gonna gently slide our little items out of the way here. And I'm gonna lay this down. This one I was just playing around a little while ago, and I did that one horizontally. And I kind of did that one with the intent of the green hummingbird, just so you can see what that looks like. And the intent of these is to have the focus. These are your focus pieces. All the pieces I showed tonight are your focus pieces. These are some of the flowers, and I only have flowers that I did a sample with tonight. But I have some other greens and other kinds of things. But these are meant to be your focus pieces, whatever piece you choose. And then what you do is you build around that with a little bit of flowers, maybe a butterfly, maybe a hummingbird. Here's another one. I think when I built this one, I actually built it with the cream butterfly in mind. So I just wanted to show you how some of those look on there. And then I want you to be able to compare that to, because some of you chose a 5x7. So on the 5x7, I had it go vertical. It could go any direction you want it to go. But I did this one vertical. And I had this guy, I loved the 3D of him being partway off the frame on this one. So this is delicate work over here. And then you gently sprinkle your glass on and you build your piece, and then we resin at the very end, and that's how your piece stays in. So there you go. I'll be reaching out to you all very soon. Maybe I should hold this one up closer. I don't know. Nah, you can't really see it any better. All right, there you go. Talk to you soon. Okay, here we go with round 2. These are some kind of a mix of coastal and tropical. Some people wanted to see these and wanted some options to do these beautiful glasscapes in these. So the sea turtles are absolutely stunning ceramic pieces. Beautiful glazing on top, beautiful colorations. There's some variations in the colors. These are awesome when you mix the shell with the blue and the natural color shell, and you put a little sparkle in there. So I've got some turtles for you. I also have the dolphin, a beautiful ceramic dolphin. And he's just has a sweet little face, and he can be created on your glasscape as well. So we have the beautiful dolphin. I have a shark. I think I only have one shark. Whoops, I keep throwing them around. But anyway, you got the shark. And you see, these are similar in the amazing quality of the butterflies and the cardinals and such. And then we have the seahorse, green seahorse. And I said dolphin, shark. I can't remember if this is a humpback in here. They travel, and there are some resident pods in tropical waters. So you have the humpy. Okay, and then those could be northwest coastal as well. Same as the dolphins and the shark and the seal. Look at this sweet little seal. So we got a sweet little seal. And what I don't have here tonight, but I will have it for you, is a manatee also. So some of my Florida folks were interested in the manatee, so I do have, they may be here tomorrow, so a couple little manatees. But there's a sweet little seal, and the seals could also be tropical or, I say northwest, but coastal. And then we have the orca, the beautiful orca, and I have some pieces planned with him for Alaska, but they do actually travel, and they're transient in tropical waters at different times of the year. So you've got the beautiful orca, and they have like one main seagull, and of course, you know, my favorite, this one is a clay one also, the mama flamingo and the baby. And then there's also the mama flamingo and the baby sneaking around the back with legs. So I kind of think they're a little more fun and fanciful with the legs, but you can also do them without the legs. So either way, on the flamingo, we have a beach chair. Okay, let me hold that up, the beach chair. And you've seen the beach ladies before, and I love doing stuff with the beach ladies, especially if you've had some special girl trips with your buddies, or you had some special thinking time at the beach, and you could combine those. And again, your piece comes with one focus piece. These are your focus pieces. If you choose additional, I have some for additional charge, but these are the gorgeous, and these are just beautiful. And I did a couple samples with these, and these actually go like hotcakes because they're just beautiful pieces. And in the resin with the glass behind, it's gorgeous. And I have the palm trees. And then in the bird video, I showed, let me see if I can grab one. I showed the macaw. And so the macaws are tropical also, but I did put them in, I showed them in the bird video. So there's the macaw, and I think I have one red and two blue of the macaws. And then what else do I have? Oh, these, I don't know if they're tropical or if they're just fun. These remind me of Greece. They look like the tiles of Greece, but they're geckos. And so anybody who's been around, we have some little lizards here. I don't know what kind of lizards we have here also, but these are really fun geckos, and these make beautiful glasscapes also with the geckos. So it all depends what you're into. So there you see some of the tropical pieces. So those are options for you as well. Video 3, I think it's 3, I've lost track now. This is kind of another odd conglomeration of sort of Great Northwest, and so these are options. My main goal is my hummingbird folks, my first registrants. If you want one of these items, I want to make sure you have first choice. And the rest of you, oh, how much fun you'll have choosing as well. So you'll have to message me and let me know which one you want. So not only Great Northwest, but also many, many other places. This is our beloved black bear. I sure hope you can see him. He's a weedy little guy. He's a nice round little guy. He's a really, really sweet bear. In the fall, or right before Christmas, I can't really remember, when we did some glasscapes, and we did the bear in the Smoky Mountains, and we did the bear on the Christmas tree. So you have the bear, and of course, you know I spent many years in Alaska, so here's my friend, the moose, and he is a stunner. So I have to be honest, I haven't created with him yet, just because I haven't had time, but look at the size of that guy. So on a glasscape, that would be just gorgeous. And he would work, all of these would work on an 8x10 or a 5x7. And then you've got the orca. I showed him before, but there's your orca again. I put him in here again. I've got a couple little different little ducks. I've got this one here and this one here. This one's more of a resin, this one's more of a ceramic, and their coloring is very different. You can see that. And I have actually some flying mallards, just a couple of them, but a couple flying mallards that will arrive probably tomorrow, I hope. And then, I don't know if this would be Northwest so much as New England, but I actually have a lobster boat. So how fun would it be to make an ocean scene, it's a little coastal too, an ocean scene with the lobster boat, or, and this is what made me think Alaska also, because we had all kinds of shrimp boats all around us. And these are nice and flat on the back, so it makes them easy to put in your resin piece. The other pieces, yeah, prop them up a little bit, but it's easy and fun. And then, I don't know, these reminded me of camping. Camping always reminds me of the Great Northwest. And so here you go, a couple of lanterns if you want to. You're a big camper, you're a big lantern person. If you've ever done the lantern hike here in Tennessee, those are fun. And just some cool paddles if you are a paddler. I don't know, they might be fun accents, but I wanted to show you those. So there you go. That's options. Video 4. And I put these guys in there because I forgot to mention them in the Great Northwest video. So there's a couple different little polar bears. If you want to make an Arctic scene with a polar bear and an orca or something like that, that would be totally doable. And I've got some fun little deer, 3 different little deer. These are on the cutesier side, more novelty side. Then this one's a little bit more realistic, but they have those doe eyes. So 3 different options for little deer. If you're making something for a child, or if you have a sweet remembrance of a deer and a cardinal. And then I have the designy kind of deer here, 2 different ones, a standing. These are good size too. You almost need an 8x10 for this one, unless you're doing only the deer, which would be pretty awesome also. But these guys are sizable. So the deer, and I forgot to mention the antlers in the other one. I've got a pair of antlers there. So a few items there. I'm back. And I've completely lost track of what the heck video we're on. But reminder, I'm showing focus pieces for you to choose your focus piece. So you get, as your ticket said, you get 1 focus piece, and then other embellishments. And so for the birds, they're going to be things like the dried flowers and the greenery, and of course all your glass crystal and some shell, and you know I have all kinds of sparkly stuff. So you get your 1 main embellishment, you get 1 small set of flowers, and then there's all kinds of other embellishment that I bring for you to add to your pieces. But the main idea is for your focus piece to show. And so here you have the Western set. I've got 3 different boots. I only have 1 or 2 of each. If you message me that you want a boot, you get your, first come, first serve on colors. So just message me and tell me. These are just little add-ons. Those are not focus pieces, but the boots are, and they're good size boots. Okay, so if you want to do a Western piece, you could choose to have the boot be your focus piece, or horses. I've got a couple of different horses, and I think I have 2 or 3 of each of the horses. We've got a white horse, we've got a black horse, and these are really beautiful. And then we've got the brown horse with the white mane and tail. Got 2 cowboy hats, and again, sizable pieces. Oh, I better go here in the middle. Sizable pieces. The This one's more of a beigey straw look hat, whereas this one's more of the brown leather hat. And I've only got a couple of these hats, so first come, first serve, first message. You know, many of you know who I live with, so there are guitars in some of my glasscapes. So I have a couple of different guitars, if that interests you. And then I have some little Tennessee shapes, and they have the little music notes in them. They're meant to be for Tennessee music. So that's our Western stuff, just so you can see. So last but not least, I'm just gonna roll through some random items here. So I've got a bottle of Modelo. There you go, little bubbles on the outside edge. And then I have a bottle of Cabernet. Just a fun little bottle of Cabernet. And I'm showing you my hands so you can see how big. Bottle of Chardonnay. And again, I said this is a very, very random assortment here at the end. I have a telephone, an old school telephone. I love this thing and I just haven't figured out what to do with it yet. So there's a little telephone. And random animals. I have a zebra. So if anybody's zebra crazy or needs to present something to our friends over by Nashville who had some zebra issues last year, I have a zebra. I showed you the rooster earlier, and here's a cow. So you see a cow there. And then my little foxy friend, he's a sweetie. He's got his little scarf on, a little foxy friend. And then I have one pair of Highland cows, little Highland cows. And again, shifting gears, more crazy and random here. I've got two motorcycles. I've got a black motorcycle and a blue motorcycle. And you'll notice I have the handlebars off because when I build this in resin, I want to put the motorcycle in first and then I attach the handlebars. So that's why those are separate like that. And this one I took off, or I haven't taken off yet, but I moved it around. I'm going to actually pull that off so you can see. So you've got the motorcycles. Let me pull those up. Those are big. They are the whole size of my hand. So we've got the motorcycles, two of those, a blue and a black. And then, of course, we put their handlebars on when we do them. And then if we've got any firefighters in our midst, these are actually beautiful firefighter pieces. You've got the helmet, beautiful resin piece, the helmet with the hose and the spout here, or nozzle. I'm not sure what they call that in firefighting lingo. So you've got the helmet, the hydrant with the axe and the hose hooked to the hydrant. Just a beautiful piece, especially if you want to do a commemorative for a firefighter or a firefighter family. And here's the old-fashioned fire truck. These are just beautiful pieces. So I think that's it. I'm not pulling out any more. If there's something you saw me have in the past and you want it, message me and we will make arrangements to bring it for you. Have a great night.